Welcome everybody to the Random Booster Art Challenge. Now you might be asking, Christian, what is the Random Booster Art Challenge? That sounds like a thing that you just made up. Well, there's a good reason for that. I did just make it up, but I think it's fun and I hope it catches on. Basically what I'm gonna do is pick 2 random booster packs, a Pokemon pack and a Magic the Gathering pack, though it can be done with any different types of trading cards. You don't have to just do Pokemon and Magic. It can be Digimon, YuGiOh, I don't know, whatever you want. Then I'm gonna pick a character I like from each different pack and do a mashup drawing of those 2 characters. And maybe I'll do a few of these because I bought a bunch of packs. Also, anyone who does one of these challenges, let me know. I'll go check out your video and I'll give you a shout out the next time I do this challenge again, because I'm probably gonna do it a few times. But no more delay, let's open up these packs. Of course, first I'm gonna have to decide what I'm gonna open, and this could be the hardest decision that I've ever... This one first. I mean, look at it. It's got an awesome shiny primal Groudon on it. I'm opening it first. Let's do this. Don't know how far to hold this thing. Never opened cards on a camera before. Oh. Not super interesting, but it's something. Magikarp. Meow. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Spinnerack. That could be a potentially cool one to mash up with somebody. Oh, ball toy. That's funky looking. All right. Oh, a second shinier ball toy. Oh, okay. Oh, Vileplume. All right. That's something. Oh, Ariados. Okay, I think that's my favorite one so far. Yeah, liking that one. Eco Arm. All right. Not gonna use that one. Metang. He's kind of cool too. Okay, so our contenders are gonna be Metang, Ariados, maybe Magikarp. I think these are gonna be my final contenders. Alright, Pokemons, get out of here. Now I gotta pick a card from a Magic pack. And I don't really know anything about these different packs, but this one's got a really cool person riding a lizard on it. So I'm gonna open the Ixalan pack. Let's see what I'm mashing up. This is going to be a bit more choice because there's 15 cards per pack. With Pokemon there was only 10. So let's see who we got. This is also going to be a bigger surprise because there's a lot fewer Pokemon than there are Magic characters. Okay, some kind of pirate. Deadeye Tormentor. Okay, not so cool, but something. Oh, is this like a pirate pack? I guess this is probably all pirate characters. Pirate's Prize, okay. Chalice? Oh, okay. Here we got something. Kind of a tentacly-headed crazy lady. That's cool. Fire Cannon Blast. Okay. Oh! Grumpy little bulldog kind of guy. Not any really cool creatures so far. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. What's this? Wily Goblin. It's kind of a cool, crazy monkey-looking thing. Oh, here we go. This is my favorite so far. I mean, it kind of looks just like a Spinosaurus, but that's pretty cool looking. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting to it. I guess this is a pirates and dinosaurs kind of thing. I'm on board. All right, Raging Swordtooth. Okay, we got more pirate people. Whoa! Crash Ramparts. Then we got a forest. And a vampire. Okay, I think we've got our contenders. So we've got our Pokemon and our Magic cards. Definitely, in this case, I like the Magic cards more so far. Definitely leaning towards Raging Swordtooth. I could do like a T-Rex spider kind of thing. Or maybe Metang. Yeah, you know what? Raging Swordtooth and Metang. We're gonna make some kind of metal, rocky, feathery dinosaur thing. Let's get into it. Now the design for this creature ends up being pretty straightforward. I kind of use the basic body from Raging Swordtooth and a lot of the design and color elements from Metang. I try to make it look kind of metal-ish with a bit of a rocky bottom. I think Metang's supposed to look mostly metal-like, but I also checked out some images of his evolved form just to get some more ideas, and he looks like he gets a bit rocky textured too. So I end up giving the T-Rex a bit of an underbelly that's a little bit rocky, and besides that, most of it I tried to keep pretty kind of rough metal-ish looking. One of the main elements of Raging Swordtooth is obviously that he's got feathers all over him, which apparently Tyrannosauruses might have actually had on them anyway in real life? I don't know. Anyway, I saw that Metang has a bunch of spikes on him, and I was like, okay, perfect. I'll replace the feathers with Metang's spikes. I also, on his tail, obviously, which gets nice and thick at the back, I replaced the feathers there too with spikes as well, and he looks like he's got a really menacing tail once I get it rendered out. I start out giving him smaller spikes, then I go, no, these gotta be bigger. Like that's his main weapon. I mean, in the image of Raging Swordtooth, he's like whacking someone away with his tail, so he's gotta be able to do that with this merged version of the creature as well. I also gave him Metang's arms. Raging Swordtooth already looks like he's got bigger hands/arms than a regular T-Rex, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go even further with it, because my favorite part of Metang's design is his cool, weird-looking big arms. So this guy ends up having a little bit of a Greymon look. Maybe I'm just thinking that because whenever I think of a T-Rex with long arms, I always think of Greymon, because he's just like a buff T-Rex with tiger stripes. Anyway, in terms of color, I tried to stick mostly with Metang's blue, but then added in a bunch of red because Metang's eyes are red, and then Raging Swordtooth, his feathers are all red, and I just wanted to add in a little bit more color variety. If I made him all blue, I think he would have looked a little bit boring, so I have a mix of Metang's blue as the core color, then a bit of gray, and then some red as largely the underbelly, and I give the gray a bit of a red tint as well. And I end up really liking the coloring on this one. On rendering, I end up doing something a little different from what I usually do. I messed around with that brush that I used in my Spider-Verse piece that's kind of... it looks like a paintbrush, but it gives it a bit more of a pencil crayon colored vibe, I think. Maybe that's just me, I'm not sure. But I think it ends up looking kind of cool. It does make it look a little bit more like an actual Pokemon, I'd say. Like something that you would see in the official artwork on the Bulbapedia or something. I don't really know how to explain it. Pokemon just kind of have that specific kind of rendering, and I think this brush makes it lean a little bit more into that. Besides that, I do my usual layers of rendering after I do the brushing that is kind of cel shady. I do a layer of actual cel shading, and then a layer of cel shaded lighting that I brush out a little bit in spots so it's not quite cel shading at that point. And then, of course, I do a little bit of rim lighting, and after all that's said and done, this is what we got for the Raging Metang Tooth thing. That was a lot of fun. And you know, I've got all those other booster packs. It'd be a shame not to do at least one more, right? Yeah, let's do another. But to get a shout out, you only have to do one. Don't worry, you only gotta do one. But I'm gonna do another. Let's do another. So this time, we're gonna open Roaring Skies and the Core Set 2019. Wait, what did we start with last time? Let's start with Magic this time. See what we got. Okay, that's kind of cool. Person who throws flaming axes. Oh, Inspired Charge. Okay. That's kind of cool. Anticipate. All right. Oh, here we go. Hostile Minotaur. That's something cool. All right, I'm gonna put him on the side. Bristling Boar. Cool looking creature. Oh, what the? Oh, this thing's crazy looking. Bogstomper. You know what? This is probably the winner. Sorry to all the other cards, but Bogstomper's probably the winner. Greenwood Sentinel, Hired Blade, Cavalry Drillmast. Oh, hold the phone. Spark Tongue Dragon. Okay, that's in the running too. Rogue's Gloves, Exclusion Mage, Brawl Bash Ogre. That's kind of cool too. Oh, and Valiant Knight. Whoa! What the heck? Don't know what that means, but okay. And a Thopter. That's fun to say. Thopter. These were the coolest creatures. Hostile Minotaur, not cool enough. Oh. Spark Tongue Dragon and Bogstomper. The dragon is cooler, but Bogstomper is just so weird looking. I might have to go with him. Let's open the Pokemon pack and see what we get. Maybe that'll help me decide. Okay. So Roaring Skies. Let's see what we got. Get this junk out of the way. Ignore that. Okay. NK, stealing something from a Meowth. That's funny. Natu. Not you, Natu. Oh, look, I got two of them. Togepi. Fletchling. Kind of like him. Ooh. Executor. A shiny Executor. That could be fun to mash someone up. Whoa! Yeah! Hydreigon is definitely a cool Pokemon. Yeah. Probably gonna go with that. Rayquaza Spirit Link. Oh, Gliscor is pretty awesome too, though. I'll put him and Tranquil. Okay. Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna have to think about this one. You know what? I'm gonna cut away so that I can have a bit of time to think about this. But when I come back, I'm gonna start drawing a mashup of someone here. Alright, I took a step back from it and decided I wanted to do Bogstomper and Hydreigon. Maybe I'll do another one on some other day, but I think these two are a fun combination, because Hydreigon is a really crazy, tough-looking dragon guy, and Bogstomper is just like a derpy, plant-eating, lumbering, dinosaur, herbivore kind of guy. And I thought I could make something kind of fun with that. The creature ends up looking a lot more Hydreigon than I wanted. I wanted to make it a nice blend of the two, but I do think he ends up looking pretty funny. I give him the head of Bogstomper, which I felt I had to because Bogstomper's got such a goofy, like, cute, dopey looking head, and then I give him also the legs of Bogstomper. I looked at some other reference images of Hydreigon because as cool as this card is, you can't see a lot of what he actually looks like, although that ended up feeling a little bit like cheating to me, so I tried to stick with just the elements of Hydreigon that I could see in this card. In terms of textures, I had a lot of fun because there were a few different ones to go with. Bogstomper obviously has the sort of spiky texture along his back, and then on his legs he's got kind of scale lumps that stick out a bit. So I gave this creature two different sections of texture, really. I gave him the spiky bit on his back that's separated from a part that ends up being more blue along his stomach, arms, and legs. That's a bit more crocodile-y kind of texture with some of those scale lumps sticking out a bit. In terms of his hands, Hydreigon has those hands with more heads on them. I tried to give this guy his kind of derpy eyes on the ends of those heads as well, and I think that ends up looking kind of funny. Probably could have made him look a little bit more goofy, but either way, this creature does end up looking pretty cool. Not sure if I mentioned, I gave him Bogstomper's legs, gave him Bogstomper's tail, and then Hydreigon. I guess you can't really see it in the card here, so this is the one part where I was kind of cheating a little bit. Hydreigon has a sort of red streak going along his stomach. Actually, I think he might have two, but I just gave this guy one, and I think that ended up being a nice element to vary the coloring along his body. Because I really like the red that he's got sort of on those, I don't know what they are, they're not quite feathers, but the things sticking out from around his head, and I just wanted to add more red along him. I think one thing that I could have emphasized a bit more is the sort of grassy moss that goes along this guy's back. I obviously took that from Bogstomper, and I could have emphasized that a little bit more, but it doesn't end up being a bad element, it's just not as emphasized as I think it could have been. One thing that I don't get about Hydreigon is his black wing things. I think they're supposed to be wings, but obviously they're really small and couldn't actually let someone fly. But I think that works even better for this creature because he's a little bit goofy looking. So I didn't try to make them bigger or make them more realistically be able to have a creature like this fly. I just kind of kept them as they are on Hydreigon himself, and I think it ended up looking kind of fun. Almost looks more like he's got a popped collar than wings or something like that. But anyway, coming on down to the end, I do my usual rendering, add a bit of rim lighting, and here's what we got for the Hydreigon Stomper. Alright everybody, that was a blast. Definitely gonna do more of those in the future, but for now, I'm Christian Pearson of PopCross Studios. Thanks so much for watching. Please do a random booster art challenge yourself and let me know and I'll give you a shout out, because this was a lot of fun. I think it's a good challenge, and I want to see more people doing it. So go to town, everybody. Also, if you want to see your own art drawn on this channel, once a month I do a community submission episode. The next one's all about sci-fi characters. You can submit your characters in the PopCross community Discord or in the Facebook group, or send it over to popcrossanimations@gmail.com. But I highly recommend the Discord, because the Discord's a great community of people sharing art and giving each other advice. It's all good stuff. Thanks so much for watching the PopCross Random Booster Challenge, and I will see you next week, or at the next one or something. Okay, bye.